up? It's your boy. Let him know Zoe. Back with another video. Listen, y'all. Today, what I really felt a pulling on my spirit to speak about is to remain faithful in God, no matter your circumstances. Now, everybody is going through different things in life. Everybody's on a different trail. Everybody has different dreams, different goals, different aspirations, and different methods of attempting to reach the place where they want to be. But I'm pretty sure that it is a universal experience, meaning that this applies to everybody, where at some point in time, whether it be right now or maybe it was at some point in your past, we all kind of feel that at times we can be at a point where it kind of seems like everything is not on the up and up, and it kind of seems like things are not working out for the better, and you may feel like you have more issues than solutions. You may feel like you have more problems or disadvantages than advantages. But in all honesty, in those moments when you're feeling a bit down, in those moments when you feel like things could definitely be better, that's when you really want to look to God. Because if you're in a situation and you think that it may not get better, chances are that that's not the case. That's not the reality. Like, just because things don't look good, that doesn't mean that they won't be good. And so when you feel like you're struggling, when you feel like things are just tough, when you feel like people are giving you problems and you just don't understand why, like, literally the best thing you can do is just look to God, just pray on it, and just be faithful. Because this is honestly like the best type of moment. Like this type of moment, it's the best scenario where you would really nurture your faith. And it really speaks volumes about your faith when you praise God, even in the toughest of situations, even when it doesn't look like things are exactly how you want them to be. Me personally, I'm the type where if I'm faced with something difficult, if I'm faced with something quote unquote unfortunate, I'm not the type to just let my circumstances just completely get me down. Just because I feel like everything does not look exactly how I think it should look. Because I understand full well that there are many, many, many things in this world that are out of my control, and that also directly and indirectly affect my life. And so, if I'm feeling down, if I'm feeling like something is not going right, then of course the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look in the mirror and I'm gonna say, okay, is there anything that I have done wrong that would have consciously or unconsciously brought about the circumstances that I'm dealing with right now that are making me feel down? Is there anything that I could have done better? Is there anything that I can do better? Is there something that I did wrong? Is there something that I need to rectify? And so I say all that to say, if things aren't looking good, the first thing you should do the first thing that I would do is look at yourself. Make sure your own house is in order, you know. And honestly, in all different types of aspects, you know, spiritually, emotionally, and I guess physically could apply as well. You definitely want to check yourself first in every situation. To go beyond that, what you would do, what I think would be a good thing to do, is to assess your relationship with God. Are you faithful? Do you pray? Do you speak to Him when you seek guidance? Do you thank Him no matter what? Do you give praise? Or do you kind of almost need your arm twisted in order to even acknowledge God? I would hope that in most cases, honestly, I'm not even gonna say that because that's worthless. I'm pretty sure in most cases, like, I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure in most cases people have pretty weak faith. And I feel like that alone could be the cause for a lot of people's problems. Simply the fact that your faith is weak and your belief in God is little to none. Me personally, I understand that God is very, very real. I've been walking a spiritual journey for some years now, you know, just going through life and experiencing different things, trying to decipher what's real and what's fake, what's from God and what's from other sources, and what's for me and what's not for me. And, you know, over my experience, I've just learned that, you know, of course you would do everything that you should do in order to sustain yourself as a person, in order to make sure that you can continue moving forward in a positive direction. But beyond that, you also need to nurture your relationship with God, because at the end of the day, He is the one who has the final say. So it really doesn't matter what rank you hold, how old you are, maybe even how young you are, how wise you think you are, how intelligent you think you are, all the achievements that you have sitting in your bedroom or whatever, all your medals, all your degrees and diplomas and awards and whatever. Like, that's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. There's no reason why you shouldn't strive for greatness in every aspect. But like I said, at the end of the day, all the material things you have, it's literally nothing but stuff. It's just stuff. And it's all, ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, it's all meaningless. The only thing in life that you can really do that is really absolutely meaningful is to have faith in God. Pray and have faith in God. Because nothing happens unless God allows it to happen. And by that same token, if God does not allow something to happen, then guess what? It's not gonna happen. It doesn't matter who you spoke to. It doesn't matter who you called. It doesn't matter how many resumes you sent out. It doesn't matter how many people have told you yes or no. All that matters, in all honesty, is that you do your absolute best every single day to nurture your faith in God and to have trust in Him at all times, regardless of the situation. Because I can tell you, as a young man who is, moving through life, I'd say largely on my own right now, having my own experiences, learning things for myself, I've come to see that everything is not always what it may appear to be. Some people may seem to have the best of intentions for you, but it could really be the exact opposite. Some people may claim that they want the best for you and all these things and tell you all these beautiful lies, but you really don't know exactly what they have on their mind when it comes to you. You don't really know. You don't always know somebody's mind. You don't always know somebody's heart. And so in situations like this, where you'll basically just be left floating on a life raft on a little piece of plywood in the ocean, so to speak, the best thing you could do in such a situation is literally just call on God, pray to Him, talk to Him, and tell Him that you have absolute faith in His plan for your life. Because as much as you may try, and many people do, you will never have full and complete control or even knowledge with regard to your own life. You can try to grab hold of this and grab hold of that and look at this and look at that and keep tabs on them and make sure you know what's going on with this. But at the end of the day, you're just a person. We're just people. And technically, like the technical term for humanity would be just man. So ultimately, you're just a man. And if you're smart, then you know that man is absolutely not the ultimate entity in the universe. But you know who is? God. And that's why there is nothing better that you could do than to have a relationship with God, have faith in God, and trust in Him every single day, that regardless of how things may look for you right now or at any given point, ultimately everything will work out exactly as God planned for it to work out. It's your boy, Levin Mozo. Like, comment, subscribe, share, maybe give a little gift, show some love. My links are in the description. But yeah, it's your boy, Levin Mozo. I'm out.